The theme of the session today was innovation, and this is a complex issue. The question is posed, how can Italy be a leader in innovation around the world? And I addressed only one part of the puzzle, which is that the corporation is the institution that we've chosen to drive innovation in our society. And I talked about the big changes that are underway to the corporation, because I'm convinced that as an institution, the firm is going through the biggest change probably in a century. A change in terms of its deep structure and architecture, in terms of the way that we orchestrate capability in society to create goods and services. And this is coming about because of four big revolutions. We can talk as much as you like about any one of these. The first is a technology revolution. The new web, or the Web 2.0. I was in Texas last week, and the way I described it to them, this ain't your daddy's internet. Okay, that's the way they speak in Texas. The old web of the .com period was very limited communication technology, and the purpose of the web was to present content, which is why everybody talked about websites and eyeballs and stickiness and clicks and page views. You may have heard the expression, content is king. That's what the old internet was about. The new internet, it's not about that. It's about collaboration. It's a global computational platform. The internet has become a big computer. And every time that you go on it and you do something, you are programming this computer. And that creates a global platform for people to self-organize, to create their own content, and to build communities. So this is no longer about hooking up online or creating a gardening community or putting a video onto YouTube or so-called social networking. The web has become a new mode of production. And it's beginning to fundamentally change the way that we orchestrate capability. So that's the first thing. This is the Web 2.0. And for Italy to be successful, you need to have a broadband, state-of-the-art infrastructure that's affordable and accessible, and you need to have active and informed users. This is the precondition for competing in the global economy and for innovation. The second big change that's underway is the rise of a new generation of young people who've grown up bathed in bits. To them, the internet and technology is not technology. For them, it's like the air. It's not even there. And just like you don't view a refrigerator as technology, they don't view the internet as technology. So I started studying this generation as a generation back in the early 1990s, when I noticed how my own children were able to use all this sophisticated technology. They were sending letters to Santa Claus on the internet, and when the web first came out, they took to it like fish to water. And at first I thought my children are prodigies. You know, my children are geniuses. That was my only explanation, until I noticed that all their friends were like them too. So that was a bad theory. So I worked with 300 kids back in the mid-1990s, and I wrote a book called Growing Up Digital. By the way, I've never said this publicly before, but I just submitted today, an hour ago, 6 chapters of my next book. And the title of that book, the book from 1997 was called Growing Up Digital. And the title of my next book is called Grown Up Digital. As the eldest of these young people are now 30, and they're in the workforce, they're in the marketplace, they're becoming citizens, and they're changing every institution in society. Now this is a big issue for Italy, because you didn't have a baby boom at the end of the Second World War. like Canada, the United States, Australia, and some other countries.
In the
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah.
The 60s.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
But
Small one.
what's happening today, though, is that there's a huge generation of young people in countries like India and Iran, even in the United States. There are a lot of young people in the society, and that doesn't exist in Italy. So the global crisis of talent is going to be felt much more closely here. I could talk a lot about this. I'm doing a $5 million research project right now called Talent 2.0. And if you want to talk about my views on how Italy can overcome this problem, I'd be happy to do that. The third big change is a social revolution. And that's basically social networking.